Now we're going to look at a counter for when somebody tries to Kimura you. Most commonly, you'll have this happen from half guard. Usually when you're trying to base, stay heavy, and you leave your hand on the floor. Don't do that. But sometimes that happens. Your first line of defense against a Kimura is to never let anyone get that T-wrap or that Kimura grip. Avoid that at all costs. But sometimes it happens. My biggest piece of advice that's going to go with this technique, all right, is do not bait the Kimura to get the counter to the Kimura. Because if it goes badly, you get submitted, and then I get thumbs down on my YouTube videos. Don't do that, all right? If you get caught, this gives you an out sometimes, but don't bait for it, all right? So, I'm in half guard. Obviously, I'm fighting for my underhook. Maybe I got my underhook, and then he clears over top of it, pow, and catches that Kimura. My first line of defense, take that arm off. My first line of defense when he comes over, is to sit up. As soon as you feel that, you know that's coming. Don't stick around for that, that's dumb, all right? But I didn't catch it. So immediately I need to start controlling on the inside of my thigh, all right? I like the belt too, that's okay. If you can get up here to the belt on the belly button, that's great. But a lot of times if my hand was on the floor, bringing it back to my belly button can be difficult. So the first step will be stepping my own leg over it and then using it to pull it back in. Now I bring it up to my belly button. That's an important distinction, guys. The belly button's better. Keeping anything close to your body is better. But sometimes when they grab it, you can't. So knee over, then when I catch my thigh, then I'll peel it in. As I bring my hand into my belly button, I'm going to be crunching my elbow in, and I'm going to go and I'm going to clasp my hands together. Now I'm set up to start defending. All right, you know, I stopped. Time to counter. When I go to counter, it's important that I transfer my weight onto Fred, not on the floor, and you need to work on your balance. The goal, when I turn my body up, is going to be to separate this arm and compress on his shoulder. I see a lot of people do it, and they'll stay heavy on the trunk of the body, but when they start to go rotate, you can see that he has a lot of flexibility in his shoulder. When I start to come up here, and you can see that his whole body is starting to shift, and my trunk and my ribs are sitting up here on his shoulder, when I start to put pressure in here, he's not going to have nearly the amount of slack in the shoulder. It'll come on a lot quicker, all right? So let's look at that here. I'm here. He goes to sit. No, right? My leg goes over first. Pull it in towards my body. Hand to the inside. Clasp my hands together. And now watch how I drive my whole body forward, and my trunk, my shoulder, everything is up there on his shoulder. From here is where I'm going to start to rotate those hands in. Tap. Right? Tap verbally, guys, because you're probably using your hand for something else. I'm going to show you from another angle, but you can see the compression up here. One more time from this angle, all right? My hand was on the floor. Oh my God, I made a mistake. My knee steps over, I pull it in, hand goes to my belly, all right? Clasp my hands together. Remember, gable grip here, all right? I'm going to start driving forward and keeping my shoulder pressure heavy up on his arm. Don't sit here. Look at how I turn my body to make a pocket so I can get some rotation. Look at how I'm driving off the balls of my feet right here. All right, I want to stay heavy on it. From here, I'm going to move those hands in, and he taps. Ah, caught. Knee over, pull it in towards my body. Hand to the belly button. Now this hand needs to come in. All right. Now you see the space right here is crowded. That's going to be a problem. So I need to push my body in here. Look at how I'm staying heavy on it. Make sure you have a wide base and you're not getting moved. Now this space between our bodies, I'm going to pull those hands up across my body right here and get good pressure on him. This is going to take something that's going to, it needs some reps, it needs some balance, and you're going to have to feel that relationship between the pressure forward into the back of the shoulder and the rotation at the same time. If you're not heavy, what you're going to do is you're going to start, grab this please. If you're not heavy, when you get in here, you see how low I am? When you get in here, you may start to rotate all the way, and his hand can either grab his belly, okay, or when you rotate, you don't get the pressure that you need to break or blow up the shoulder. So you need, when I start pushing up, it's a totally different, you tap just from that alone, okay? So make sure you have that balance going forward, and watch out when they try to start checking your base. They're going to freak out when you start turning your body. More often than not, when you turn your body and they've got caught with this once or twice, they're going to let go of the Kimura grip, which is a success anyway. Never let anyone grab a Kimura grip. Never bait anyone with this move to get a Kimura tap or a reverse Kimura tap. But in the event that they do grab that, make sure that you're riding forward, make sure you're clasping your hands, Make sure that you're keeping good balance up by the shoulder so that you have space to rotate that.